Hello again. I've been using a lot of time trying to address the subject of freedom from darkness to deliverance. And as I was studying the Bible, I come across what is called the Beatitudes in Matthew the 5th chapter. And they began reading them, and that's what I'll do here, is a couple of them. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. And I love this. Rejoice, be happy, and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before ye. In other words, storms of life have always been a part of humanity's existence here on earth. I don't care who you are or what you're doing, there's going to come a time when you're going to have to go through darkness. But Jesus says in Psalms 119, that he will be a light that will guide you on a path, that where we can find comfort in those times when we are being suffering and persecuted. The verses from the Beatitudes are a tender invitation to the brokenhearted and those who are spiritually weary. Jesus began his Sermon on the Mount not with triumph, but with comfort for those who feel empty, overlooked, or undone. Poor in spirit. Think about that a moment. Poor in spirit speaks to those who recognize the need for God. They're empty, who come not with pride or purpose of performance, but with open hands and humble hearts. They are convicted followers of Jesus, who are empty of the word. And the only thing can be causing that is the problem that they're going through, and they have become poor in spirit and need Jesus to lift them up. To them, Jesus promised the kingdom of heaven, not a distant reward, but a present reality of divine presence and belonging. In other words, as I've been saying here, Jesus will give them the ministry of the present. To those who mourn are not just grieving loss, but aching over injustice, suffering, even their own sin. Jesus assured them they will be comforted, not with platitudes that means good sounding words, sermons from the pulpit that sound good but have no backbone to them. That won't do it. When a person is going through a dark time, they don't need good sounding words. They need a solid, convicted person who follows God to be able to help lead them out of darkness. In other words, as Jesus The disciple needed somebody on the boat in the storm. People who are mourning need somebody like Jesus on their boat. But with healing presence of God himself. God will be with those who are poor in spirit. God will be with those who mourn. In the Beatitudes, Jesus doesn't begin with power. He began with present. Being present with you. Can you imagine that thought of God being present with us all the time? He said in Matthew, I will never forsake you or leave you. He's always there. And remember what I say often, love go all the way. To the poor in spirit and those who mourn, he offers not pity, but promise. The kingdom belongs to the humble and comfort those to the broken. This is the gospel gentle revolution. Hope for the hurting, healing for the heart. Now let me ask you, have you ever felt poor in spirit or mourned something deeply? This space is for you if that happened to you. Share your story here, your prayer requests, or even just a word that's been in your heart. We want to share with you every moment that we can through this channel, but we will respond with you with compassion. If you want to share your story, you can share it. Don't want to publish it? You don't want to use your name? You don't want to do that? You can put it in the comment section or some way like that where you can get your word to those who may be hurting. Let me tell you something. A mother who has lost a child needs another mother who has lost a child to talk with her. Just as a father who has lost a son needs another father to talk to. It's having that connection that helps us to come through the dark times when we are poor in spirit and we're mournful. Let's build a digital sanctuary together. One story, one prayer, one act of kindness at a time. Do you have act of kindness that you can share with this audience? I have many stories. I am a Bible storyteller. You're going to get a lot more than videos. Drop a thought in the comment section. If you're claiming comfort today, you're not forgotten. Comment if you are claiming comfort today, and let's build this sanctuary together. Father in heaven, my prayer is that you would guide those poor in spirit, those that mourn, as I have been in poor in spirit and mourn, that we can work together to help get through some of the storms that come in our lives, or that we can enjoy the fellowship of joy of knowing we have come through those storms. I'm Minister George Brown, and I want to hear from you. God bless you. Until next time.